this video, we are going to see about the principle of operation of DC generator. Here the principle is based on the principle of dynamically induced EMF. When a conductor cuts the magnetic flux, a dynamically induced EMF is produced based upon the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. This EMF causes a current to flow if the circuit is closed. See, here this is the conductor. Here we have taken only one coil of armature windings. Initially a magnetic field is produced by using this N and S, that is field force present in the generator. It may be electromagnet or it may be a permanent magnet. Here these two poles forms a magnetic field. And now the conductor is the armature conductor. Here in generator we are giving a mechanical input. So this coil, if the coil starts rotating, it cuts the magnetic flux produced by these poles. So now an EMF is induced. EMF means force required for the flow of electron. So automatically EMF induced, the flow of electrons takes place and current flows. If the circuit is closed, current flows in the closed circuit. And now if this coil is in this position, that is this position, 0 degree, one position. Now the plane of the coil is in parallel with the plane of the face of this magnet. Now the flux linking with the coil is maximum. So the rate of change of flux linkage is 0. So at this point 1, here the EMF induced is 0. Now this coil starts rotating. It changes from position 1 to 2. Now sum of the flux linkages. So there will be some EMF. So now the EMF induced is like this. If the plane of the coil is in this manner, 90 degree, that is a 90 degree, at that time the rate of change of flux linkage will be maximum. So this peak point, the maximum EMF. Similarly, while rotating, here you are getting the sinusoidal EMF. This is the principle of operation of DC generator. Next we see about the types of DC generator. Here there are two types of DC generator which depends upon the excitation of coils, field coils. First one is a separately excited DC generator and next one is a self-excited DC generator. Separately excited DC generator means the field windings or coils are excited by the separate DC source. So here see, this is the diagram, this is the field windings. So in DC generator we are having armature, field windings. This part is represented by armature. This is the armature and this is the brushes. Now this is connected to the load. And now here this is the field windings. The windings are represented like this. So there is no connection between field winding and armature. A separate DC source, this is a DC source, is connected to the field winding to electromagnetize the poles. So this is called separately excited DC generator. Here we are getting electrical output from the armature. So the direction of current is like this. Plus minus, this armature generates current. Now current flows in this manner. The output is current. So the direction is like this. And next one is a self-excited DC generator. Self-excited DC generator, no need of the separate DC source. This source is avoided. The generated EMF itself gives the supply to the field windings. In self-excited DC generator, there are three types of DC generator: shunt wound, series wound and compound wound. In shunt wound DC generator, the shunt field windings, the field windings are in parallel with the armature. This is armature, it is in parallel. Direct connection. Here you see no connection, so separately excited. Here direct connection. And a load is there. So the current from the armature, here this is IA, that is supplies this field winding also. Here it is shunt field, so it is called IS, shunt field. And now the output load current is taken as I. And then the next one is the series wound. In series wound, the field windings are connected in series with the armature. This is the armature. Here the field windings are connected in series. Here parallel shunt. So parallel. Here it is in series with the armature that is connected to the load. So now here the current flows through the circuit is same since it is series circuit. Then in compound 1, wow, both the shunt windings and series windings are present. So here this is the short shunt. There are two types of compound, short shunt, long shunt. In short shunt, this is the figure of short shunt. In short shunt, here first this is armature, series winding, load. In shunt windings means it is connected parallel with the armature. In short shunt, this shunt field windings connected in parallel with the armature alone. But in long shunt, the shunt field windings are connected in parallel with both the armature as well as series winding. So like this. This is the long shunt. That is the difference. So let us see the types of generator one by one. First, shunt generator. In shunt generator, the shunt field windings are connected in parallel with armature and load. Now, the current flow through the armature is taken as IA and the shunt field winding is taken as ISH and the current through the load is I. Voltage across this load is V. And apply Kirchhoff's current law at this node. According to Kirchhoff's current law, sum of incoming currents is equal to sum of outgoing currents. Here in this point, the incoming current is IA. These are all outgoing. So, incoming current IA is equal to sum of outgoing current ISH and I. So, IA is equal to I plus ISH. Now, this load and the armature part and the field windings are in parallel. Then, the three voltages are same. That is, the voltage across this load, that is V, is equal to voltage across the shunt field. So, V is equal to IR. So, the current is ISH. The resistance is RSH. So, ISH into RSH, V is equal to. And now, what about this part? Apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to this closed path. So, according to Kirchhoff's voltage law, sum of the voltages in the closed path is 0. So, the EG is the EMF induced in the armature. In the generator, the output is the electrical. That EMF produced is taken as EG, that is generated voltage in armature. So, the EG is equal to the EMF generated is equal to the voltage drop in the armature. The drop in the armature is IARA. Here the armature is made up of windings, so there will be some voltage drop. So IARA plus this V. So the EG is equal to IRA plus V. And now let us see for series generator. In series generator, the armature is in series with field windings and to load. So now the current through the circuit is same, all are in series. So IA is equal to I. Then the voltage, apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. EG is equal to the drop IARA plus the drop in the series field winding plus the load voltage V. So EG is equal to IARA plus the drop in series field winding is I into RSC plus the load voltage V. And now let us move on to the compound generator. In compound generator, two types, short shunt, long shunt. In short shunt, compound generator means both the shunt field winding and series field windings are present. In short shunt, the shunt field windings are in parallel only with the armature. And now, here the current is here IA, this is ISH, I. The same thing, apply Kirchhoff's current law here, IA is equal to ISH plus I. Now, you write the equation, KVL equation for this loop. So, the EMF induced EG is equal to the drop in this armature IRA plus here the drop ISH RSH. So, EG is equal to IRA plus ISH RSH. Now, let us take this loop. If you are writing for this loop, EG is equal to IRA plus drop here IRSC plus V. Now, long shunt. In long shunt, here the shunt field windings are in parallel with both the series field winding and armature. Here the current IA is equal to, apply Kirchhoff's voltage, IA is equal to ISH plus I, same equations. Now apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to this loop. So EG is equal to IRA plus voltage drop in series winding IRAC. Here IA is the current flow through the series field windings. So IARAC, not IRC. I is the current flow through the load. Here I is the current flow through the series field windings and load. So I is equal to IAC. So here IARSC plus V. So this V, this load is in parallel with shunt field. So V is equal to I sketch R sketch.